Hi dear children, welcome back to this new video. In this video, we will learn about various types of functions. First, we will study about anonymous function. Anonymous means without name. Here, definition is anonymous function is a function that defined without a name. Normal functions are defined with a def keyword. But these anonymous functions are defined with the lambda keyword. So these functions are called lambda functions. Now we will see about uses of lambda function or anonymous function. These functions used for creating small functions. It is also used in combined functions like filter, map and reduce. Syntax of lambda function is lambda arguments colon expression. Here arguments are within the square bracket. Square bracket represent optional one. Optional means if you have we can use, otherwise we can leave the argument. After the colon expression is there, we can use the any mathematical valid expressions. Here is one example. I am reading that example program. Sum equal to lambda arg1 comma arg2 colon arg1 plus arg2. This is the function. Then next come to the program. Print the sum is colon comma sum 30 comma 40. Print sum colon sum minus 30 comma 40. This program calling this function how print sum is sum of 30 comma 40. This function is called. So this 30 will be assigned to argument 1, 40 will assigned to argument 2. So 30 plus 40, what is the answer? 70. Then sum has the answer is 70. First print sum is 70. The next one, the sum is sum minus 30 comma 40. Argument 1 pass the value minus 30, argument 2 pass the value 40. Then here expression argument 1 plus argument 2. So minus 30 plus 40, that means 10. The sum has the value 10. So it will be display the message the sum is 10. Now we will see one example program for return statement. I am reading the program. Def add underscore sub a comma b comma s. If s equal to plus, return a plus b, else return a minus b. X comma y equal to into input enter two numbers. Z equal to input enter plus or minus. Print answer equal to add underscore sub x comma y comma z. Now see how this program is executing. Here we created one function add underscore sub. It has three arguments a comma b comma s. Then how it is executed? Execution will be start here. Then x comma y equal to into input enter a number. It asking two numbers from us. We are entering two numbers. Enter two numbers. What are they? I am entering 10 comma then 20. 10 and 20. This 10 will be stored in the x variable. This 20 will be stored in the y variable. Did you understand? Then this line finished. Next line is it equal to input enter plus or minus. Then it is showing the message enter plus or minus. Seeing the message we are entering plus or minus. I am entering now plus. This plus sign will be stored in the z variable. Okay, this line finished. The next line print answer. It printing the answer equal to add underscore sub x comma y comma z. X value is 10, y value is 20, z value is plus. So these values are passed to the function. Here then x value is passed to a, y value is passed to b, z value is passed to s. So a getting value 10, b getting value 20, x getting value plus. then then it is coming inside the function. If s equal to plus, what is s value? S is plus equal to plus, so return the answer a plus b. A plus means 10 plus 20, 30 will be written here, so we will get the answer 30. Did you get? This return statement used to exit from the function and it return the value to the caller function. This is the caller function. This answer will be returned back to this caller function. Only one return statement is executed. Even multiple return statements are there. Here in this program, two return statements are there, but it is executed only one return statement. In a function, we can write number of return statement. Any number of return statement we can write, but it executed any one of the return statement. Now we will see the syntax of return statement. Return expression. Here expression is in the bracket. It is optional one. If we need, we can use, otherwise we can leave. That is the meaning of this square bracket. If we are not giving any expression, it does not return anything into the caller function. Okay children, now we will see about scope of variable. Scope of variable refers to accessibility of variable. That means where we can use that variables. There are two types of scope. They are local scope and global scope. Local scope means the variable defined and used inside the function or block. Global scope means the variables defined and used outside or inside the function or block. Okay, now we see in the description of this local scope and global scope. We will see one by one. Now we will see about local scope variable. Local scope variables are defined within the function or a block. Here A, B, S. These are the three variables defined and used in this function only. So these variables are local. Understand? If we are using this A, B, S variable in here, we cannot access. It is showing error message. Okay, local variable we can use within the function or block. These variable cannot access from the outside the function or block. Okay children, now we will see about global variable. This global variable we can use anywhere in the program. Inside the function, outside the function, inside the block, outside the block, anywhere in the program. We are using the global variable inside the function or inside the block, we should use the global keyword. Understand? When we are using the variable outside the function, we don't use the global keyword. When we are using inside the function, that variable, use the which one? Global keyword.
Next one is composition in function. That means the value returned by one function that is used by another argument of another function. That means composition in function. In this example, x comma y equal to int input enter two numbers. Here input function get the values, that means 10 or 20, 10 and 20. That values passed to the input of this int function. This int function convert these two numbers into integer. Did you get? One function return a value for another one function argument. That is the composite function.
Next one is recursive function. What is recursive function? When a function is called itself is known as recursive function. For this explanation, I am taking this example. Def fact n, if n equal to 0, return 1, else return n into fact n minus 1, print fact 0, print fact 5. How this function is executing? See here, print fact 0. First it will be executing this line. Fact is a function, so call will be go to here, n value is 0. Do you get? If n equal to 0, return 1. Then so n is, now we are given the n value 0, 0 equal to 0, return 1. So output is 1. Then next line it is executing, print fact of 5. This fact function is again calling, it is going here, taking value 5, n is 5. If n equal to 0, 5 equal to 0, false, then it will become to here, return n into fact of n minus 1. N into, n means what? 5 into fact of n minus 1. N minus 1 means what? 4. Now n is which one? 4. Did you get? Again it will be go to here. N value is now what? 4. This same function only calling here. Then n equal to 0, no, else part it is coming again. N into, already what it is there? 5 into, then now what is n? 4. 4 into fact of n minus 1. N minus 1 means what? Fact of 3. Now n value is 3. Again it will be go to here. Then 3 values. 3 equal to 0, false. Then else come to here. N into fact of n minus 1. Already 5 into 4 into fact of n is what? Now n is what? 3. 3 into fact of n minus 1. N minus 1 what it is? 2. Fact of 2. Now n value is 2. Again calling same function only calling here 2. 2 less 2 equal to 0, false. Again it will become to here 10 n into n. What is 5 into 4 into 3 into, then now n is what? 2. 2 into fact of n minus 1. That means what? Fact of 1. Coming here, then 1 equal to 0, false. Again it will become to here 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into, then n is what? 1. 1 into 1 fact of n minus 1, 0. Then again it will become to here, then n 0 equal to 0, return 1. So it will be multiply 1. This answer 5 into 4, 20. 20 into 3, 60. 60 into 2, 120. 120 answer will be displayed on the monitor. Understand? Here this same function, that function is repeated calling again and again. That's why it is a recursive function. Same function is repeated, same function is calling again and again. That is a recursive function. Here each and every recursive function having the limit. Here is the limit is this one, base condition. When it is reaching the 0, that time it will be terminated. It is just like a looping statement. Understand? If this not set the base condition, this process will be executed in finite time. We can change the limit of this recursive function base condition. How? We are using the sys.setRecursionLimit function. Which function is used to change the limit of this base condition? Sys.setRecursionLimit. Here is the one example program. Import sys.setRecursionLimit 3000. Def fact of n, if n equal to 0, return 1, else return n into fact of n minus 1, print fact 2000. Here we are given the limit is which one? 2000 time, but they changed using the which one? This statement. What is 3000? 1000 times increased.
Did you understand? Okay children, in this video we studied about anonymous function, recursive function, scope of a variable, composition in function. Are the things we studied. And one more concept is there, that is the built-in function. We will see in the next video. Okay, thank you dear children.